So these next two missions are back-to-back bosses. So it's Arias and then the final boss. Wrong. Wrong weapon. These enemies have like a similar moveset to Lucia. I'm not really sure why. I know Lucia said that she was Arias' creation. Assuming I'm pronouncing his name right. Where is he? He moves around a lot. Oh, he's right there, of course. He's moving again. Where is he? The camera is really messing up right now. Oh, got some health. Nice. I wonder how that enemy died, though. Huh? Didn't really see how my rocket launcher hit him. I think he's on this side right now. Nope. He's on the other side. Nope, he's right there. Oh my god, stop stun locking me to death. He's moved again. Where is he? There he is. Ah. Leave me be. And he's dead. It's simple. But definitely preferable, built within the core designs of the game. And now for the final boss, and I'll be real guys, this boss has to be the one boss in gaming history that has flabbergasted me to no end with the way it's designed. At least for the first phase. The first phase of this boss fight, it's just basically all of the weak spots constantly attacking, like a child throwing a temper tantrum. And obviously, there's no way the normal gameplay is going to work, so you have to pick one specific weak spot, lock onto it, and then go to another location where there's some kind of blind spot and just shoot your missiles repeatedly. I don't know what to say, guys. Like, I can't tell if this was the intended design choice with this encounter, but like, your missiles literally go through the boss to hit the weak spot, and then the enemies, they're firing through the boss, but they're not hitting each other, at least with certain enemies. So what you have to do is go this way. You've got to get the Phantom. Phantom is the most dangerous one because of his funnel move. Lock onto him right now. Just keep holding R1, do not let go. And you got to go right over here. This is the blind spot. This is the only spot where you're not going to be hit aside from that funnel move. But watch the reticle on him carefully. If it's close to the ground, it means he's doing his funnel move. Oh god! Again, pay attention to that reticle. If it's close to the ground, he's doing the pillar move. Funnel move. Pillar move, funnel move, whatever you want to call it. Just keep shooting Phantom. You've got to get rid of him. He's the most dangerous weak spot by far. Final move. He does this 4 times. Sometimes he does a little less, but always assume it's 4 times. Oh, shoot, shoot! I wasn't paying attention. Wow, the one time that move actually hits me. Probably have to be more on this side so that I can get in its blind spot. But Phantom's dead. Now I can just stand right here and eliminate all the weak spots from here. I question how exactly Argosax became this form and combined the bosses you fought together. Except you didn't fight Griffin though. How is Griffin here? Like, is this not the most confusing boss fight you've ever seen? A boss that literally does nothing but attack. All of its weak spots attacking together as one, like a child with a temper tantrum. And you have to find a blind spot where your missiles actually go through the boss. And then you have to also make sure you lock onto the correct weak spot before moving on while holding on to the R1 button. I don't know, like, to me, it's like the developers are admitting they gave up with actually designing a boss. It's just a bit bizarre. But at the same time, I understand the intention. Like, it's almost like a puzzle boss, where you gotta figure out the blind spot, you gotta figure out which is the most dangerous weak spot, but why is it presented in this kind of manner? That's what I just don't understand. Like I said, this is the kind of design philosophy and, you know, bizarre presentation that just permeated the 2000s era of gaming, and even earlier than that. Like, why would they opt for this kind of boss format with the kind of troubled development they had? It really doesn't make sense. And why does his tentacle sometimes freeze? Can't say I understand that. Like, this has to be the most bizarre final boss I've ever seen. And it's just worse with the level of confusion present. Not even the bosses in Resident Evil 4 Remilk feel as confused as this. For this one, you gotta use your machine guns. And make sure you jump, not dodge, when it comes to these teleportation moves. That move is the worst move he has. Only shoot the boss when it's in the air. Or like that, when it's in a high recovery move. The female form has slower moves than the male form. I'm not really sure why that's the case, but that's just something you gotta note. Dodge now. Spam dodge right now to avoid this move. You gotta do it at that time, otherwise you're gonna get hit every time. Dodge twice to avoid that attack, and also the charge afterwards. Okay, that failed somehow. Probably because I let go of R1, I don't know. Oop. Gotta double jump to avoid this move. Or dodge. Whatever. I gotta not fire my gun right now. Oh! See how fast that move was? That's ridiculous. Also, right there, to make sure you don't get screwed by the camera, simply tap circle twice. Do not use the left analog stick, otherwise you'll be screwed by the lock-on and the camera, and it will affect your dodge. At least this is a better final boss fight than with Mundus. Mundus was absolute garbage in Devil May Cry 1. And as much as that first phase was bizarre, It's nowhere near as bizarre as the way Mundus was designed. Like, that final phase of Mundus was terrible, and you have to spam untouchables because trying to do it normally just didn't make any sense. I like to move right when I jump. Okay. Yeah, that move is really obnoxious. As much as I did describe a method for avoiding that move, sometimes it just doesn't work, because you have to be, like, pretty far away from the boss before you dodge. Oh! And I wasn't, paying attention. See, and then when he transitions into that stupid charge attack where he just constantly combos you, it's really cheap. You have no time to react to that. Unless he's, like, moving towards you. By the way, I find this music very bizarre for a Devil May Cry game. It's like disco music. Why would disco music be playing in a Devil May Cry game? Oh, again? God damn it. Oh, come on, really? How did I get hit by that? Like, there's like some weird explosion effect at the end of that particular move. Man, this guy has so much life. Really? Again, it just feels like rolling forward's the best option at the start. Oh! And the dodge was messing with me just then. Oh! That stupid charge attack move. So cheap. You might also notice that the male sound effect, that's Nilo Angelo's sound effect. Maybe try to walk backwards then jump to avoid these moves. It's a decent final boss fight, but there are, of course, some very cheap moments. Again, like, the timing on that dodge just makes no sense. Some pretty douchey moves with this boss fight, but it's decent. And that concludes Devil May Cry 2, at least for Dante's campaign. And I'm not even sure if it's worth doing Lucia's campaign, because some of the scenarios from Dante's campaign are reused in Lucia's campaign. And Lucia does a lot of swimming as well, and the swimming control's better than in Devil May Cry 1. But it's still pretty dumb, and there's also a boss you have to fight underwater as well. I really don't know.